April 3rd, 2016, United States Department of Agriculture cracks down on the abuse of tiger cubs by Roadside Menageries. In response to a 2012 legal petition filed by the Humane Society of the United States, World Wildlife Fund, Detroit Zoological Society, International Fund for Animal Welfare, Born Free USA, Big Cat Rescue, Fund for Animals, and Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, the U.S. Department of Agriculture issued guidance, making clear that exhibitors violate the Animal Welfare Act by allowing members of the public to handle or feed infant exotic cats like tigers, lions, cheetahs, jaguars, or leopards. We applaud USDA for taking this first step to put roadside zoos and the public on notice that federal law prohibits using infant cubs for photographic opportunities and interactive experiences, said Anna Frostic, senior attorney for wildlife and animal research at the Humane Society of the United States. But it is imperative that the agency take additional action to prohibit public contact with big cats, bears, and non-human primates of any age. As documented in the petition, dozens of facilities across the country routinely breed and acquire exotic feline species, all of which are listed under the Endangered Species Act, to produce an ample supply of cubs for profit. Both animals and people are put in harm's way when big cats are used for public contact exhibition. Young cubs are particularly susceptible to disease, especially when deprived of necessary maternal care, and cubs grow quickly into dangerous predators that can cause serious injury to adults and children, said Jeff Flocken, North American Regional Director for the International Fund of Animal Welfare. In contrast to zoos accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, there are thousands of big cats in private menageries in the U.S., and these facilities do not have the resources or expertise to safely and responsibly care for dangerous wild animals, said Ron Kagan, Executive Director and CEO of the Detroit Zoological Society. Conservation professionals agree that endangered and threatened species like tigers, lions, and apes should not be bred for commercial purposes. The insatiable demand for cubs and baby primates used at interactive exhibits fuels a vicious cycle of breeding and exploitation. It is standard in this horrific industry to separate babies from their mothers and then discard them when they grow too big for handling, explained Adam Roberts, CEO of Born Free USA. The mass propagation of tigers in the U.S. has resulted in captive population that is nearly twice the number of tigers that exist in the wild. Cubs used for petting, if they survive, typically spend many years living in substandard facilities, and the few who are lucky enough to eventually end up at good sanctuaries typically arrive with medical issues caused by deficient care, says Carole Baskin, CEO of Big Cat Rescue. In addition to these animal welfare, public safety, and conservation concerns, the surplus of exotic animals in roadside zoos and other substandard facilities puts an enormous financial burden on the accredited sanctuaries that provide lifetime care for abandoned and seized animals, according to Michael Markarian, president of the Fund for Animals. Investigations have revealed that using tiger cubs for photo ops and play sessions can yield over $20,000 per month for a roadside zoo, fueling demand for more and more cubs. But once the cats mature, their future is uncertain. There is just not enough space or resources at accredited sanctuaries to support the demand created by this irresponsible breeding, said Kelly Heckman, Executive Director of the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. Further, the fate of captive tigers in the U.S. has serious implications for the conservation of tigers in the wild, said Lee Henry, Senior Policy Advisor for Wildlife Conservation at World Wildlife Fund. Strengthened regulation of U.S. captive tigers will help ensure that captive-bred tiger parts don't enter the black market and stimulate the demand that drives the poaching of wild tigers. While there is still much more work to be done to fully address the Coalition's petition to completely prohibit public contact with big cats, bears, and non-human primates of any age, this is a significant step forward for the U.S. to improve its oversight of captive tigers and lead by example to encourage other countries, like China, to reduce the demand for tigers and tiger parts. Yeah, so that's what USDA said they were going to do in 2016. They never enforced it. If you enjoyed these video blogs of my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.